3 things you probably shouldn't say to a producer or financier to get your film made. Hi, I'm Phil from PieOnEarring Films, and I just wanted to these are 3 things that have happened to me recently. Now, most of what I'm about to say are probably just rookie mistakes by young filmmakers who don't necessarily know about the market or much about the film business or business as a whole. But don't worry, because I made these mistakes before as well, and I made a hell of a lot more than the 3 mistakes I'm mentioning here in this video. So this isn't an attack on anyone or any filmmakers, but I wanted to show the light of these 3 things that happened recently, just to kind of, hopefully you'll see it from a producer's point of view. So in no particular order, point number 1, don't ask for a large amount of money, or in this example, £300,000, and not consider at all, like not backing down at all, about having a name in the film. We're not even a celebrity or a YouTuber or anyone. There was just a complete no from the filmmaker. They've got their friends as actors. And can you guess what genre the film was as well? They were wanting to make a love story drama set in mainly 3 bedrooms about a relationship breakup. Now that is, if you knew the market, that is a tough sell. Even trying to come up with £30,000, let alone £300,000, is going to be tough to recoup. So I think there needs to be a level of understanding when approaching a producer to come and help you make your script a reality, or even going on your own and finding a financier, asking for money. And you need to be open with your suggestion, and also probably get some help with a suggested budget. Don't just think, well, I think it's going to cost me X amount, but I'm going to have my friends involved as well. You need to, like I said before in previous videos, is that filmmaking is a collaborative art form and business. Point number 2. Now this happened to me recently, and this is probably something I suggest you never say to anyone. This is what they said, quote unquote: "I don't care about the money, I just want my art made." Now, why on earth are you going to a producer or to investors? Again, I've said this before in a previous video. Don't go to an investor or a financier or anyone and say you don't care about the money. This is an industry. It was probably a guy that was quite young, but even when I mentioned, I said, look, hey, you probably shouldn't word it like that for future reference. There was a bit of abuse coming back. So that leads me on to my 3rd point. So point number 3, don't get on the defense all the time. Now, you've probably written your script that you want to direct. You love the story because you've lived with it for many months, probably even years. You probably think it's the next Lawrence of Arabia, you know, but you probably have to understand that when you're giving your script away to someone that, you know, you say, please read my script, I want it made. But don't be offended if your script gets rejected, or even worse, you get a positive critique. Your script may not be right for that producer or for that company. You just have to keep putting it out there. But the minute you start to get catty or snidey remarks and say, well, I'm sorry you didn't like it, but you're stupid, and the reason this is great is because of this, you're going to get a name for yourself as being someone who's going to be impossible to work with. Because if your script does get taken up, you have to understand that now a team is involved and it becomes a collaborative thing. So there are more voices and there's budget restraints and whatever. That script will never be the same as how you wrote it originally. It will be bastardized if you have a better word. You know, it's going to be something quite different. I'll give you an example of what happened just recently. Somebody, a young lad, I think, sent me his script. He was quite naive in the way that he approached his script, and me and my team as well, that he had an influence on a certain franchise, a horror slasher franchise, that he wanted to make. Now let's see if you can get the character. This slasher bad guy wore a boiler suit, he had a mask, and he branded a machete. And his name was Jason. I kind of went back and said, okay, I can see where your influence was. This wouldn't be something I would like to touch. I'd be a little bit concerned about copyright issues or whatever. And I said, I actually quite liked the first 5 pages that I read. I thought it was quite amusing, and it was a comedy. But I said, it's not something I'd like to invest in, but I wish you all the very best. I was really polite, but oh my, was there an onslaught? You don't know what you're talking about. You this and that. Just because the guy wears a mask doesn't mean it's naturally called, you know, it's naturally tied to Friday the 13th. So I ended the conversation after that. I thought, okay, this guy's seriously upset when I gave him a constructive criticism. So even if I did say I liked the script and I did want to get it invested and make it, I knew straight away that this is a guy that you'd never want to work with, because if he's like this right now, could you imagine if he was involved further, deeper in the project? So anyway, I hope any of these tips sort of help to try and change a sort of mindset on what you should probably say and what you should probably not say to a producer or an investor who's ultimately trying to help you get your film made. And as always, please like and subscribe. In the description below, you'll get links to our website and to our Facebook and Twitter and the rest of it. And please drop your comments below, and I'll see you again next time.